Hello everyone, this is Antoinette coming to you with another video of another plant that I pulled out of my mother's plant room. This is a snake plant. It's a Sansevieria, but you know, most people call it a snake plant or mother-in-law's tongue. But again, this is one of those plants that I would rarely go down in water, but it's another one of those plants that doesn't need a lot of water, so in that case I kind of got saved. But I wanted to show you how beautiful this plant is. Like, look, like, this is absolutely beautiful. The variegation in this plant is so pretty, and I'm going to replant it. My mother had it. My mother, she was so funny. So my mother had this stick, right? And so this stick went through here, and it went in the soil to prop the plant up. And I'm probably gonna do the same thing until it reestablishes itself in the pot that I'm gonna put it in. But yeah, so I'm going to get started, and I will come back and excuse me, and let you know how far I've got. Well, yeah, I'm gonna come back and let you know how far I've gotten with the plant. But you know what? Let me just show you something though about this plant here. So, if you could see, it is growing. It has new leaves in here. It's definitely growing, because all of those are new. So it is just a matter of having a better home. And the roots, see, the roots are dry. However, if you can see that, there is a new baby coming up there. So I don't think I did too bad. And look at that. So that's going to be a third one coming off to the side here. So the roots are really dry though. So I am going to repot this and get it, and then I will let you see it when I'm done. All right. So, so right now, I have filled the pot almost halfway with soil. Again, it is just regular all-purpose potting soil. I think it's a Miracle-Gro brand, and I repurposed this here flower pot. It had the pothos in it, one of the almost dead pothos. So, and if you haven't seen that video, look at excuse me, look and see that video and see how that plant is thriving. So in the meantime, I am just going to fill this pot with soil, and I'm going to stabilize it with that stick that my mother put in until it is strong enough to hold itself up without any assistance. So I'm going to put this in, and I really do want it to stay on its own though. And it's the soil too, because it's all fluffy. But I'm going to pack it down, because this here plant is going to stay in here until it practically gets root bound, because and it might even grow better since, you know, somebody's showing it some love. It's been a long time. It sat on the floor. What made me decide to repot it was at some point, now, and this is how I know I haven't been in her plant room in a while, because it had fallen on the floor. So it was time. I'm like, I'm sorry, snake plant, but I'm going to take better care of it, and so it can purify my breathing air. And remember, there's a third plant down there that'll be coming up Hey, it might be able to hold itself up by the time I finish. See that new leaf coming? See that? You know, one thing about snake plants, I do remember my mom telling me this when I was a little girl, that if you can make snake plants from cuttings. So you can actually take a leaf and cut it off your plant, stick it in some soil, and grow another snake plant. The only difference in that will be that the variegations that you'll have on the mother plant, you won't have on your cutting. So that's why I like the mother plants, because you can see all their variegations. Now, I'm going to have to cut off some. I may have to cut these leaves off. Wait a minute. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see, show you. I may have to cut these leaves off here. I'll see when I'm finished. That's pretty dark. You can't really see that. That was bad. Let's see. I'll show you that way. Because they're kind of yellowed. But we'll see. Back to the dirt. I may not need that stick. Okay, I hope I'm not planting it too deep. I just really want it to be stable in the soil. And I want it to say, thank you. Somebody really loves me. Been waiting a long time for this. Been holding on, growing new sprouts for you. You still didn't notice. You know, sometimes in life, you know, we don't notice the very small things. And we should pay attention to the small things as well. Even the little leaves growing on a plant. You know, I might not need this. Okay, wait a minute. This is what my mother had holding up the stick. Hey, you can say she was innovative and creative. But I have it to where it is holding itself up, so I won't have to put the stick in. But I think I'm going to cut off a few of the, I think I'm going to cut off a few of the leaves. Let me reposition this plant. Hopefully you can see. Okay, now stop playing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So there's a couple of I probably will just cut those off. So there are a couple of leaves here that, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut these leaves off, and I'm going to try and see if I can grow. I'm going to cut this one off too. So I have, wait a minute, should I do this one too? Yep, I'm going to do this one too. So I have cut off 3 leaves from this plant. I should cut this one off too. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut this one off too. Yeah. So now I have 4 leaves. And I think I'm going to try my hand at propagating them different kind of ways. Probably just going to stick them in some soil. But this is the Sansevieria, also known as the mother-in-law's tongue, and the snake plant. And I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. I'm going to water it down. And then, I don't even know if I'm going to give, those roots were really dry though. So I think, yeah, I'm going to water it one time and then just leave it be. I'm going to find a nice place for it. It doesn't need a lot of sun, from what I understand. This is one of those plants where, you know, you stick it in a corner, and if it does very well, then you just leave it there. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a place for it and just leave it. Anyway, my battery is telling me it is time to take a rest. So thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Remember to love someone, give them a kiss, and tell them you love them, give them a kiss and give them a hug. So, and also remember to like my video and subscribe and share it to your friends and family if they have a snake plant and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. So I will update you periodically on how it's going. In the meantime, take care everyone, and God bless.